Bye bye, ma'am.
Chris. Good evening, dear students. Shall I get a response from your end? Am I audible to you?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, fine. I'll share the screen with you. Okay, first of all, we'll discuss about what is next after second internal, the portions. So this is about module 3. So module 3 we are going to learn, and module 3 consists of two technologies. Okay, one is about the first part that is related to DOM. You can able to see here, that is called document object model. Okay, that is related to JavaScript. Okay, so this is JavaScript, it's a continuity of JavaScript. Second unit is JavaScript, right? So it's a continuity of JavaScript. So till this part, no, it is about JavaScript document object model, right? And one more document object model which is available in module 5, that is XML document object model. So in this unit we are going to learn about JavaScript document object model, and then the concept of servlets are there. Okay, so likewise this module consists of two technologies, and now we can learn about JavaScript. So JavaScript based document object model, I hope you understood. And from this module I'm going to start today's class. Okay, many are joining. Okay. So let me share the presentation with you, and it may be the revision of the last unit, second unit, some of the portions, but it is useful for you. So you can see here what about a little introduction, as well as some of the new codes and syntax, and some of the functionalities, events that we are going to learn related to JavaScript. Maybe it is a kind of a revision, or for some others, it may be a learning point for you. Okay. So why we go for JavaScript? It is a client-side scripting language, and with the help of it, you can make a little script more dynamic. Okay, so that is why JavaScript. And we used to say that it is based on document object model, because everything, if anything and everything while you go, okay, so you have to access with the help of document dot something. So document means it is an object. Okay, and you are invoking some of the method and some properties of that particular page, okay, related content. So this JavaScript document object model, okay, so based on this, for example, some of the small kind of a code which is written, okay, so but this is part of a JavaScript. But you didn't write it inside any scripting language. The basic HTML itself, it can be connected with the JavaScript code, okay, with the help of the document object. Okay, but here you can see we are just going to work with one particular HTML element that is called, for example, this paragraph tag. Okay, so this paragraph tag, at least one particular attribute you have to include if you want to work with some JavaScript code. Okay, so ID is mandatory. So ID is equal to, it is supposed to be a unique name. So you just name it. And what we are going to do here is we are just going to print, okay, on a button click, the date you're going to print it here. So for that, what you have to do, you have to click on. Click is an event, okay, which belongs to a button. Why we create a button? The same page itself action is going to take place. It's not going to redirect to the next tab or refreshing the page and loading as a new one. So same page itself, you want actions, then you should create button. Okay, but either make it as input type is equal to button, or otherwise you can make button as one particular component. Okay, so a button is created. On click of this button, okay, you're calling the JavaScript action. That is what you're going to do is you're going to access this component, and you're going to insert some content, that is date, you're going to insert here. So I'll code this program now. Some of you are joining. Okay. So I'll just do the programming part. Okay. Just take, there is no need of any other component. Just take one notepad and you can start editing the code. Okay. For example, okay, like here you're just going to create a button. Input type is equal to button or otherwise button. Likewise, you can start the code. Okay, so input type is equal to button. On click of this button, okay, so you're what you're going to do is you're just going to do document dot get element by ID of, okay, so each word first letter should be caps. Okay, so document dot get element by ID of one ID we have to give. Okay, and dot inner HTML. Why inner HTML? Because we are going to embed the content inside. For example, just we are going to on click of this button, a welcome message you want to print. End of the statement, you have to give a semicolon. Okay, and this content we want to pass it to an HTML component, right? So the tag, okay, just any one tag you can create. If it is a paragraph tag, p, and ID you have to create ID. Okay, so for example, I'm just naming it as p1, and it's a double-sided tag. It is now contentless. That means there is no content here. We are passing the content through this code, okay, through the small script that is document.getElement by ID of the ID name you have to give. For example, one. Suppose there are one more paragraph tag is there. If you want to print it here or there, so every ID is supposed to be a unique one, right? So you want to print the content in between here or here. So that is why this ID is important, and you have to mention the ID here. Refresh the page, just a single button. While I click, okay, this welcome message is printed. Okay, if you just name the button little more, okay, for example, value attribute is equal to click me. Likewise, okay, if you have given one big caption, then the button is going to be little big. Okay, so click me is a button. While you click this one, the same page itself action is taking place. Okay, if instead of input type is equal to submit, if you have given where and how this action is going to take place. See here, while I click, okay, same page itself, inside the same paragraph tag. Okay, suppose you want to, okay, so already some text is here. For example, a great day. Okay, already there are some content. You want to embed this welcome content here, and if you give P2, what is happening? Okay, so by default, okay, so what is the output will be? By default it is a great day. When you click, okay, the message is say changing to welcome. Okay, so this is how the basic way of writing a small script and embedding along with the HTML tag, and through which, okay, because the final output is possible only by means of here we are sending through HTML content. Okay, so in between HTML content you want to insert the output. Okay, in the program that is shown in the PPT, we have just asked for printing the date, right? So we just want to print the date, means, okay, the function name is date of, so you just give date of. So if you have given date of, and that should be enclosed in set of opening closing brackets, and we want to embed this content in between P1. Okay, in between P1 you want to embed this content. Just refresh the page. Okay, sorry. Okay, so date is printed. The syntax is there is no double quote here. Okay, so in the PPT it is given with the one single set of double quote. It's a value, right? So if you want, you can enclose also, and okay, it's a single value. So but it's not working. Okay, so don't give it in single quote. Okay, without single quote, if you have given, dates will be generated. So on click of this button, date alone if you want to print. Okay, this is in between p1 tag, this inner html content you want to print, this way you can print. Okay, so this is how, with the help of JavaScript, okay, so the basic document object model, you can just use it for okay, any output part if you want to send back to the screen through the HTML script. Okay, and okay, so JavaScript program you can HTML as well as you can connect with CSS. Okay, say HTML is for content creation part, CSS is for formatting part, and JavaScript program just change some dynamic action over there. Okay, and there are other ways JavaScript can display the data. One method is, okay, only the first method is we have seen like through inner HTML. If you create an HTML element and then inner HTML if you use, that is one method of printing the details. And another way method is window.write method. Another method is window.alert, and another method is console.log. Okay, so these are the methods are available, and we'll see the other methods as well. Okay, for example, the first method we have studied, okay, you snapshot of it, or you can just, or if you want, I'll just post the code in the chat, and you can refer this program and do this program on your own, because I'll give you a lot of assignments based on this. Okay, this is the method one for sending the output to the screen, and the another method we are going to see. Okay, so the another method is, for example, through some alert message, for example, on click, and through some alert message, okay, and you just want to send some message, okay, but we are not printing it in between this straight away. Okay, so this is also one way of the another way. Okay, so if you want to print any content and you want to confirm the user based on certain action, you want to give the feedback. Okay, it is successfully done. Okay, so somewhere if you want to say, you can say that on click is equal to alert of some message. If you want to give this way also, you can do it. Okay, and next, if you want to print on the screen, then you have to go for document.write. Okay, so document.write method, which writes some statement on the screen. Okay, welcome. We have given this is printed here, right? So that at that in the previous one it is printed inside an alert box. Okay, now it is printed on the screen. So these are some of the method through which you can send the outputs. Okay, so document.write or straight away alert, and one more thing is console.log. For example, for console.log, I'm just going to write a small program. For example, that if you want to write more script, okay, so just come to script, in between script tag you can write more code. Okay, instead of writing inside one single html tag attribute. Okay, instead of that you can come back to this one and you can write more code. For example, I just want to declare a variable. The variable value is 10. Okay, and I just want to print this output through console.log of the a value a alone. Okay, so end of statement you have to give semicolon. Okay, so consider like it is just written inside the script tag. In between script tag, I just wrote these two lines of statement, but the output I have printed using console.log. Okay, so how can I check these output? This output will not be printed on the screen. Inside, okay, instead it will be shown inside the debugger window. Okay, so how to get the debugger window? For example, here for me the option is collections. I have to go through, sorry, debugger. Sorry, I have to go through. There is an option called more tools, and at last I have an option called developer tools. This is for finding out the debugger window. That means inside the final output window. Okay, so this window is going to appear just like a command prompt. Okay, and what is the use of this one? Okay, it will show the output here itself. Okay, so uh, um, okay, so this is how the debugger window is going to be. Okay, so now you can able to see here the code is written, the what is the output if you want to see. Mm, okay, and this one, okay, so I'll show one more debugging. Inside the debugging window, how to print the outputs. Okay, so console.log of any variable name if you have given. So the log will be generated here. Okay, so let me check output, refresh the page, come to more tools, developer tools. Console. Sorry. Here you have to take the console. The output you can check it here. Okay. Now it will not be shown here because why? Because some of the script, whether it is executed successfully or not, you doesn't know. But if you come to the console window, you can able to find out the step-by-step analysis. Okay, like up to this step, what is the output if you want to check. In this window, you can check the output and you can close the window, but it will not be reflect. Okay, it's like a command prompt. Straight away, you can type some command. You can find out what is the status of why it is not executed. Whether if it is executed, what is the intermediate result if you want to check. This console dot function will be useful. This is how you can verify the console dot any outputs if you send it through. For example, I just put a plus a here. What will happen? What is the output of a plus a? Once again you refresh here and automatically the output is okay. Can you see this window is not okay? Can you see the output here? Also the changes are reflected. Okay, in the if you want to find out any issues, okay, you can go and find out why it is not. Sometimes if it is not reflected, okay, it's not executed, you can come back and analyze what is the issue. Okay, and so a plus a if you have given, the output is printed. Okay, and if I put inside alert of a plus a, what will happen? Okay, so here itself, okay, just like a pop-up window, but it is considered, it just consists of only one button that is called okay. Okay, so inside the dialog box, only okay button alone will be available if you just put the content inside alert message. Okay, this is called just using window.alert, or simply you can say that it is alert. If I put instead of alert confirm, okay, that is another method. If I give confirm, you're getting two buttons actually, okay, and cancel. Any one if you want, okay, you can choose. Because sometimes in between some operations, okay, maybe form filling part, some manipulation part, if you want an alert message, or if you want to just confirm through some inputs okay, confirm message with two buttons if you need, then you can go for window.confirm. So I hope you understood what is window.confirm, window.alert. Okay, and window dot sorry console.log. So console.log, you can check the output in the debugger window. How to take the debugger window also I have shown you. Okay, so these are the methods through which the JavaScript can send the data to the screen, okay, or to the browser window. So I hope so. What's the use of inner HTML? The output you are just sending to an HTML code and you are printing in between. the content is going to be processed in that way. Or you can use document.write, window.alert, or otherwise console.log. So these are the ways of display the JavaScript final executed results. Okay, next. So document.get element by ID, more things we are going to explore now. Okay. So I just want to you to design a small text box. For example, I just want to design a form. Okay. The form and the closing part of the form tag, and script is going to be written after this design. Okay. So that is a design, there is a code which is going to handle it. Okay. And here I'm just going to create an input box, input text box. So input type equal to text and create an ID for it. Okay, so ID is T1. Like that I have created it. And it is for entering A. Okay, small addition program we are going to do. Okay, and one more text box. So next line another text box is going to be there, that is called B. Okay, so consider like B is input, another one ID give as a new ID. So and after that we are just going to create a button, input type is equal to button, and so button okay, and caption of the button if you want, just set it as value, and we are just going to print addition. Okay, so add alone we are going to give. So this is how our design. Okay, so if you executed it, you can just check in the HTML part. There are two text boxes and a button is created, and the action is going to be like if I enter values from here to here, the addition is supposed to be performed. Okay, so this is how okay, my basic expectation is. So how to write the script? So variables of type in JavaScript, it is called variant. Okay, if you want to declare a variable, you can declare it as A, B. Okay, like this, or otherwise you can use let A comma B. Okay, and in every statement ends with semicolon. So you can follow this method or this method, or without declaration also straight away. If you started using also, its type will be initiated as variant. Variant means it may be anything. Okay, in the beginning it will be treated as a text input only. So you, which data type you want, you have to do the conversion. So now I'm just going to read the text box content. I just want to put it to variable A. So how can I read? There are only one option if you want to work with HTML component, that is called the document object model. So document dot get element by ID, right? So when you type 2, the value of text box is going to be 2, right? So get element by ID of which text box value you want to take, first one, right? Okay, so you have to put T1, okay, T1 double quote dot its value you are going to take. Okay, but for example, by default I just want to set this text box value is equal to 22. In HTML, if I have given, if you refresh the page, you can see inside this text box it is going to be 22. I didn't enter by default, it is loaded with 22 just because I've set value is equal to 2. So now what we are doing is dynamically whatever is entered by the user we want to take. So that is why after this get element by ID dot value you have to give, and the second value you want to take, right? So same syntax, only thing is ID name alone you change. That is T2 dot value. And what is the next step? C is equal to A plus B, right? And what is the next step? We just want to put it in an alert message. Alert of, okay, so the result is, okay, before result, straight away we are printing the result, okay? And this is supposed to be called in a function click. Okay, so on click of this button, a function is going to be called. So the name of the function is add off. Okay, so this is a way or method for calling a function on a button click. On click is equal to function name, and put the script inside. Okay, this part inside a function name. Okay, and a set of opening closing phrases. That's it. Over. So design, click off the button. This is called, this function is called, this script is executed. It's for reading two text box values and doing the addition. So we'll refresh and you start entering the value. For example, I'm just entering 5 plus 5. What is the result? 5, 5. Nothing is displayed. Okay. Uh, sorry, id, d is supposed to be in small case. Now you're getting the result 55 actually. It is doing a concatenation. Okay. So, the elements, sorry, the syntax are case sensitive. If you have given D caps, okay, you won't get it. So syntax are case sensitive. Now it's doing a concatenation part. Actually, it just treat it as a string. Okay. So what you have to do, you have to read and you have to do the conversion. For example, if you want to do a conversion to integer, then you have to enclose the content inside the parseInt. That means you read the text box value and pass it to this function called parseInt. Then it will do the conversion and make it as an integer value. Okay. Similarly, for wherever your reading part, you have to do the conversion into this. Okay. So now when you started adding it, you will get the expected result. If I enter now, sorry, if I enter here 5 plus 5, and what is the result? Not no. Wait. So if I enter here 5 and 5, close the door and wait. Close the door and wait after class. So here now you are getting the result as 10. Okay, so this is how, yeah, please all of you make a note. This is an example for document object model. That means we are working with the HTML component, and with the help of script, any action can be done. Okay, this is a simple program. I'll just post the copy of the program here in the chat box. I'll make it as an assignment. Two programs I have posted, right? Just these two programs, do it on your own and submit as a small assignment for today's class. Every day, end of the class, you have an assignment. Okay, so complete this one. So this is what it is given. Okay, a small program with the help of it, this kind of a document object model works. And more things if you want. Okay, I'll just give you some more thing. For example, here there is a component which is designed. Okay, sometimes without the HTML component, okay, without this two text box, you need a runtime text box creation part and you want to do it. Okay, so that means, for example, button alone is here. On a button click, you want to read some two inputs, okay, and you want to display the result. On a button click, how to generate a dynamic components, text box component reading part. So declare a variable as a. Okay, I'm just going to use prompt. There is an option called prompt. Enter, just say anyone. Okay, for example, enter a. I'm just giving enter a. So what is the use of it? Okay, I'll just on a button click, this code is going to be called and you can able to get a text box. There you can enter the value of a. For example, this code while I execute, there's a button. While I click, I'm getting a dynamic text box. This is for getting the input, dynamic input from the user. 20, if I have entered, okay, the program will take 20 and you can start processing it. Okay. And if I want to design one more component, consider like B. Likewise, n number of in a for loop, if you have put, okay, this is going to be called for how many times you want it. Okay. So A and another one is for B. And now, as usual, C equal to A plus B. In an alert box, you're printing the result of C. Okay. So first one is for reading, second one is for reading, and next addition, and then printing the result on a single button click only. So now execute the code. Execute the code. Okay. It is asking for A, 10. And then it is asking for B. I'm entering 30. Okay. So what is the output you're getting? 10, 30. Concatenation. All reading part of this JavaScript is of type variant. So you have to do the conversion as per the previous program. So you have parseInt, okay, P small and I caps. ParseInt of pass this one inside this. That's an argument. Okay. So wherever you want to do an integer conversion, okay, do this parse int capital, and this is one of the wrapper class. Okay, so it's just doing a conversion part. So convert, after that if you just do the addition, then you this will perform integer addition. Now I gave 10 and 30. What is the result? I'm getting 40. Okay, so this program also I'll give you in the chat. Okay, so three programs. I have posted. So these three programs are very, very important program, and you please consider. The first one is through inner HTML how we can work and display the data, some text. Okay. Second program is about how to create an HTML component, that is two text boxes through which how we can perform addition. The third program is about without text box and how we can generate some dynamic input, that is with the help of prompt boxes. Okay. And so these are things overall. While you look, okay, this slide which covers window.alert we have studied, I'll just roughly go through, and console.log we have done. And okay, there is one more function called window.print. What is the use of window.print function? On a button click while you give window.print, so it just call the print dialog, that's it. Okay, printer on a button clicks. Okay, so for example, in your design which consists of print, on click of this one, okay, what you're going to call is window dot print off. So the print dialog is going to be called here. You can come back and check. So this is how the printer dialog is going to be called. So this page contain any content over here, and so those contents will come here. Okay. Or okay. So this is how window.print will be called. Or otherwise, you can straight away put it inside some script. Script. Okay. Slash script. At present, there is a button. No, if you don't want that button, okay, script and so window dot huh? class wait please, 10 minutes. Window dot print off. Okay, so if you write the code inside a function f of, okay, consider like the name of the function is this. How to invoke a function without, that means calling a function without a form click, okay, or form components. That means you have to call the function like this, function name alone. Okay, now while you execute this program, okay, so just execute. Okay, automatically the print dialog is going to be called. If the page consists of lot of contents, okay, that content will come over there. For example, inside the body of the page, and if you have put some text as a paragraph, okay, so for example, like consist of many times the same word, consider like this. Okay, while you refresh, okay, this content will come here. Like this, you just do lot of formatting. This is how you can call a function without any HTML component. Okay, straight away write the code and call the function like this. Definition followed by calling statement. Okay, so window.print function is called like this. Okay, so likewise you can perform addition, subtraction, multiplication, or whatever is possible. Suppose you want to print some text plus result, for example, like for example, see here, there is a function, consider like there is a function, and there is a variable a equal to this much. Okay, and inside an analyte box you are just performing, you just want to print a equal to, and then you a value if you want to print. This is how you have to write a code. Okay, so a and so any label if you want, you put it inside double quote, plus is a concatenation symbol, and then the value of the variable will be printed. If you execute, you can check. Okay, now it is printed like a equal to. So anywhere in your output, if you want a label, okay, so a equal to double quote, and then it is followed. If it is document.write also, this works. Okay, document.write also, any statement if you want to print, this will print in the page, right? Okay, label followed by value if you want. This is a method. Okay, label followed by values. So this code also I'll put it here. Okay, next. So okay, and um, some other formatting also you can do. Okay, so all these are some of the JavaScript statements already we have discussed. basic syntax, how to declare a variable using let or okay. This is object declaration part. That is attribute followed by its value. Attribute it is followed by value, and functions we studied about function, and you can pass okay values to a function. For example, consider like this program is going to receive okay a and b value. For example, I just want to pass and perform addition in between 2 and 3. So how can I pass a comma b, right? A comma b, and the declaration statement and the definition. So variable name alone you have to give. You no need to mention the data type here, right? You no need to mention the data type. So straight away, if I print okay return, function can return a value because it's having an argument, right? So return a value means return statement you have to use return a plus b if you have given. Okay, so this result you have to store it in some uh, variable, or otherwise inside an alert function also you can pass straight away, or a document or right or to through inner HTML which format you want to print. Okay, now we are getting the result, that is 5, and that is the okay. So this is called function with the argument also it will take, and return statement also you can use it in the function like other programming language. And if you want to call the function by this way, or otherwise what you can do, you can store it in some variable, another variable, the return value by this function. And if you want to print it in the website, okay, web page document.write of C, if you have given, it will be printed here. Okay, so this is a function with argument in JavaScript. This is how you can write a code. Okay, this also I have posted in the chat, and please refer it. Okay, so function with arguments also. This is how you can write any parameters, but you have to call okay as per the order. Okay, so functions can be like this way. You can write next. Okay, so this is over. A 29 slide page of related JavaScript, which is covered here. Okay, very simple code. So how to work through inner HTML and how to send the output. There are different methods. I just want to summarize now. Okay, so we studied about inner HTML, and we studied about alert and window.console and document.write. These are the 4 ways of sending the output to the screen. And next, we have studied about how to work with form components. So if it is a text box, you have to give some unique identifier here. And this is a method of reading using document.write. If you want to make it as an integer, you have to do the conversion, and then you can perform any corresponding operation. But if it is a function form based component, when it is come, definitely you need a function call. That function is supposed to be called using the button click. And the definition of the function also you can write any number of functions you can write inside one single script. And the values of function, one function return can be another function can use it. Calling a function inside another function is also possible, right? Next, how to without form components, how to read inputs through dynamic text boxes. That is with the help of prompt, but you need to conversion for integer, that also to be considered. Okay. Next part, how to call a function without any component of any button click. Without a button click, how we can directly call a function, that also we studied. Window.print dialog also we studied. And the next one is how to write a function with the argument, that also we studied, right? So in such case, how the definition of the function is going to be, how the return statement is going to be, or you can return value, you can straight away you can use it, or you can store it in some variable and you can process it. Okay, so that's all about today's class. And most of the okay, so this one is covered, and console window also covered. Okay, and most of the things are covered, and only pending things are like some of the um, okay, so just for loop, while loop. Okay, so this part I'll teach you in the next class. working with conditional and control statements in the next class. Okay, two more PPTs are there. With that, half of the third unit will be over. Okay, so today, what are the things we have studied? Mainly how to work with the browser with the help of document object model, that is inner HTML, console.log, window.print dialog. Okay, and next, document object model means you are just working with the HTML components with the help of read input from the text box and how to work with it. And event handling also on a button click. Okay, on a button click, a particular function is going to be called. That is called event handling. And modifying element style, like for example, we have created elements. Okay, and without elements also, how we can do it? Prompt and document dot element by id dot value. So those things we have studied. So most of the portions here related to third unit, half of the portions, okay, half of the topics are over, and only conditional and control statements are left out, and that we are going to study in the next class. Okay, now you all can mark your attendance. I'll share one form, Google form here. Okay, so now you please mark your attendance. If you have any doubts next class, please ask. Okay, and you please create a calculator program, calculator using JavaScript. That is assignment number one. Okay, assignment one, calculator. Okay, so you have to design a calculator. That is assignment number one, part A. Okay, part B is waiting for you. I'll just give you another one. Okay, so please make a note. This is the small assignment, and this is for going to be considered for your quality assessment as well. Do this during your free time. Okay, that's all about today's class. Anybody's having any doubt? Have you all understood? Please put a message understood. Easy. I'll just share this link also in GCR. Mainly, you can follow this for learning JavaScript. Okay. Thank you. Shall I get a response from your end for understood? Say yes or no. After that, you can. Okay. Raising hand is for doubts or you have understood. Sweta, have you understood, Sweta?
Understood, ma'am.
Okay, okay, okay. So I'll post this video link also. You can follow. Okay, and you can complete this assignment. Thank you. And after marking attendance, you may leave. Thank you all.